welcome back to another video. Today a little bit something different. I'm going to be doing some work on the 350Z. So I've been making a few little purchases for it. Just ready to go to North Korea next weekend. So got an oil cooler kit from Mishimoto. Like you get the sandwich plate with it, and you also get all the lines sort of ready made up for it. So that's pretty handy. You also get with it this little bracket, which basically just bolts straight on to a 350Z or a 370Z. So in theory, it should just be a case of bolting it up and let's go. So I've got all the oil and filter and all that stuff, so we'll get on with that. I've also been getting some gauges. So I've got a oil temperature gauge from Stack, and I've also got a water temperature gauge that I had left over from the Skyline. So I'm going to fit them. Not too sure exactly how yet, but we'll just sort of work it out as we go. I also kind of, thanks to Mr. Kipling, have been mocking up a little bracket for them. There's not many places I can actually squeeze it in the 350Z because it's got a full interior still. There's no like holes bare or anything like that. So I'll try and make up a little bracket for it and just go from there really. To be honest, it might even get cable tied for the meantime, but at least it's a gauge and I can see the temperature. So yes, we'll get on, and I might also adjust the rear camber today because it wears tyres awful. And my theory is that if I take some camber out, that it might not wear the tyres quite so much. It will also obviously give me a bit more grip as well. So yeah, we'll try and take a bit of camber out. We'll see what it's actually running now before I get it all jacked up in the air, and yeah, start fitting stuff. So one thing I can see myself getting for this is like front and rear jacking bars, like bumper bars I guess, because it's low. Jacking it up is a pain in the ass. Why is it? As soon as you get your car up in the air, ready to start work, it rains. Good old England. So I've got it jacked up in the air, front wheels off, and I'm pretty sure this bumper's going to come off quite easily because it looks like it's been messed with before. If you look, like, I think this is quite a common thing for 350Zs. I've heard it is anyway, but I'm not going to worry too much about the front bumper because I'll probably smash it off at some points. I believe back here, yeah, you're meant to have like a few bolts. I've got one, which is fine by me. The same the other side, and then these little clip things. So I think if we just clip them, pop them up, and then they come out. I think I've used these before, so I think so. I think if I just do that with all of them, it'll probably come off. We'll give it a go. Yeah, these little things, they like pop up like that, and then just get a screwdriver underneath it, and boop. Okay, so now the bumper's off. I think I might just mock up the oil cooler first, maybe. I need to give it a bit of a clean underneath as well because it is pretty disgusting underneath them wheel arches, so I don't really want to stick my head down there yet. Right, so I've pulled this off, and it's this hole and this hole that you need to use for the bracket. This hole's fine, you can get to the back of it. This one is a bit more tricky, you can't actually get to the back of it because it's pretty solid underneath. So what you need to do is just take the top radiator sort of mounts off, and then you can actually just lift the radiator a little bit and push it out at the bottom. So now it's kind of a bit looser, and you can actually get into the back, get your hand in the back to put a nut on the back. So that's something that they don't tell you about the direct fit oil cooler. So it's now day 2. I started a little bit late yesterday, so I actually kind of run out of time, and it kept raining and I just got fed up, so I went in. So it's Sunday now, time to get it finished. Okay, so that's the bracket on, and you can obviously see that they're meant to sort of poke out down here and then the lines run underneath. However, I kind of would prefer it if the lines would go over the top instead, running things low down when you like to go off-roading like me. That's always worked very well. So I think I might just bolt it up that way and then run the lines sort of over the top and through the back of like the radiator support. And it also means that the Mishimoto logo is the right way up, which is nice too. Okay, so I've got the lines sort of loosely on, everything's loosely bolted up. I decided to run it like in front of this radiator panel, but through basically that gap there. I'll probably put something around them just to protect them from whatever's there, but I don't think it would wear through anyway. And then so yeah, the lines come out here and then literally go there. And in terms of the housing, I've blanked off that side and just put the sensor that side for temperature and tightened them up, so then that's ready to go on there and get torqued down. And then really I've just got to figure out how to route these pipes, because from the way I've done it, they're actually a little bit long, so I'll just try and sort of cable tie them up so they're out the way, because obviously the wheel will rotate through there, so I don't really want the wheel going anywhere near them. So I'll figure that bit out next. Okay, so after much time of fiddling about with it, I decided to do it a completely different way. So this is what I've ended up with. So I still run the lines over the top, and then you have to sort of like put them up to the top a little bit to take up the extra length of pipe, and then I put them actually straight underneath here, sort of cable tied them up out of the way, and then kind of run them as straight as I could, then onto the housing just there. So sort of clocked it around a little bit. When I originally put it sort of through down here in between the radiator in that sort of gap there, I didn't really like it. It was touching quite a lot, and I did put some things in to sort of help it not rub through, but it wasn't really ideal, and there was still a lot of sort of extra hose left. So I watched a couple of YouTube videos, and there's a good YouTuber called Alberto Big Boost, and he does a lot of stuff like this, so I decided to listen to him and do it his way, which I think is okay. Obviously it's still down low here, but it's not really exactly low. If I'm hitting that, then I'm probably going to have some more issues anyway. So yeah, at this stage I think I'm good with it, so I'm going to make sure everything's tight and then put some oil in it, start it up. Okay, so we're done. It's all back together. I run it up, no leaks or anything, so topped it up. Typical 350Z crap dipstick, so I don't actually know how much oil's in it. I put 5 litres in it, so I'll give it a run and then just check it afterwards and just see if I can get some sort of reading off of the dipstick. But yeah, bumper's back on and ready to go. I think I'm going to leave it on the axle stands because I'm going to wire up the sensor and get the gauge in, but I'll probably do that sort of during the week. I'm also not going to do the camber just yet because I found out today that my lock kit might be here on Tuesday. So I might try and get that fitted before Norfolk on Saturday. I don't know if the guy who does a lot of my work for me, Sean at the garage, I'll have to see if he's got any spare time. I'd do it myself, but I'm working now, so I haven't really got that much time during the week anymore. So yeah, I think the only other thing to mention with the oil cooler is I ended up going with a non-thermostatic one, mainly because I was reading a lot about them sticking open or closed or whatever and causing issues, so I really just wanted to take that out of the equation in case there was any issues with it. So what I'll probably end up doing is when I'm using the car just on the road and I want the oil to get up to temperature, I'll probably just run a blank over the cooler and then just take the blank off when I go drifting, because I think I'll pretty much only need it then anyway. So yeah, that's that, and I think that's it for this video. It's taken a little while to do just because the weather's been awful. It's really windy, which was quite interesting draining the oil out because it went everywhere, and it's been raining on and off for 2 days, so finally got it done. So yes, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. If you've got any tips again for the 350Z, leave it in the comments. and I'll see you guys for the next one.